So let's introduce ourselves in the chat box, our names, the city we are joining from, and what we do currently. Let's get right into business. A little bit of introduction about the RQI group. The RQI group is a dynamic group of companies that are all dedicated to creating opportunities for underrepresented individuals and communities. Our diverse portfolio includes RQI Careers, which is a multi-award winning edtech company that help people acquire in-demand tech skills and transition to tech across fields like data analysis, business analysis, project management, and much more. We also have got the Apply Body, which is an AI-powered product that helps people apply to jobs. And we've got the podcast, Limitless and Thriving. We've got the Limitless Without Borders CIC, which is an events and community of interest company that brings together professionals and entrepreneurs, under the same roof for workshops, events, and all of that. And we've got the Immigrants Founders Network. We've got RQI Digital Solutions under the RQI group. So a little bit about RQI Careers, which is the one hosting the event for today, which is the product demo. RQI Careers is a multi-award winning edtech company that empowers international students and professionals to excel in the competitive global job market. Our bootcamps are practical experience focused, equipping individuals with what is really required to be 100% job ready and to land a job. We boast of over 1,700 success stories of professionals, individuals who have passed through our bootcamps and landed their desired roles. We understand the unique challenges that ethnic minority professionals face, because we are a team of people that have been there as well and we can personally relate, and which is why we are very committed to our mission. Our impact has been met by several awards in the last couple of years, from top 25 changing the face of education in 2022 down to being recognized twice as the Career Support Organization of the Year in 2024 and 2025. We've also been awarded the Best EdTech Company and Career Coaching Company in the UK, Innovative Entrepreneur, Outstanding Coach and Mentor, and also as a finalist at the UK Tech Startup in 2025. So a little bit about myself. I'm the CEO and founder of the RQI Group. I'm also a multi-award winning entrepreneur and founder, and I'm a member of the Forbes Coaches Council, and I'm personally dedicated to ensuring that, ethnic minority individuals, immigrants, don't settle for less, and they're exposed to opportunities that abound, in the land. So our trainings include data analysis and business intelligence, project management and business analysis, Microsoft Excel and PowerPoint, Scrum Master, Product Owner, Product Manager, Digital Marketing, Compliance, KYC, and AML. And we also have standalone services in CV optimization, career advisory, interview preparation, LinkedIn optimization, and most recently, our newly launched Business Coaching and Accelerator program. So just a little bit more about the events, which is a project that we have, and we have just less than a little bit more than a month to go before our Limitless Without Borders events. So it's an RQI networking tech and awards event, specifically focused at recognizing and positioning immigrant professionals for opportunities that are bound. Information is very important, and a lot of people are limited to the information that within their purview, that within their small network. But guess what? There's so much more we can be and do if only we knew. So what I'm trying to do is to bring together and source for people that I know that are experts in their field across property investment, personal finance, wealth building, business coaching, right? And even the career side of things to help us, bring this information to us, so that we can also live fulfilling lives. Community is really key. Lots of other communities outside of even the African ones are really thriving and doing well because they keep resources within their communities. They make opportunities for themselves. So our own goal is to create our own table as well, where we can also access, resources and thrive. So why should you attend Limitless Without Borders? To elevate your career and network strategically with people, with the right people that will help you stand out and achieve your goals, to bring your dreams as well of starting, running a business, or even monetizing your skill sets, to a reality, because we have experts in that field that will be also speaking. Network and meet with key decision makers across industries. Position yourself for visa sponsorship opportunities, global talent, and even innovator visa, because we've got an immigration, consultants who would also be hosting a workshop and, consulting on that day. Connect with recruiters in your industry. Be present to also fill their vacant currencies. LWB is the best place to be and to be successful without borders. So if you're on this call and you're hearing and you've bought your ticket, let me not ask those that are hearing about it for the first time. If you've bought your tickets already for LWB, let me see your hand up. Because there's a lot that's going to be happening that day. We just finalized our agenda, and guess what? We've got so much in stock for you, from panel discussions to awards to recognize trailblazers within the immigrant community, to fun. We've got an Afrobeat DJ that will be playing on the day, entertainment, refreshments, goodies, games. There's even a launch part where we are personally gifting somebody who wants to start their business £5,000. And guess what? This is what we say about information. Do you know that we've gotten less than 5 applications to that? And that's to tell you how we are leaving a lot on the table in this community. I don't know what we are all chasing, but there are so many opportunities that are available that can actually even break us out of whatever it is we are looking to achieve. But we are not leveraging it. I don't know if it's not having the right information, or maybe we are looking in the wrong places, for solutions. But anyways, our own goal is to always continue to bring all these opportunities. Some and the few people that tap into it, leverage it, we share their success stories, which is the ones you see. And the rest, we hope they catch up eventually. So if you have booked your ticket for LWB, let me see your hand up. If you have not, I think you should do so right now, because you don't have any reason not to. Look at the speakers we are bringing. As I'm speaking, I have nobody who has raised their hand. It means nobody on this, none of the 50 people on this call have bought their ticket. That's not good though. Right, look at the speakers we are bringing. These are just even a few of them. These are a few of them. From myself, who is a career and business coach, right, to Daniel Foley, who is a digital entrepreneur. He helps people to start and launch their business. How much is the ticket? It's just £15. There was even a weekend we gave free giveaway. People didn't apply for it. So I sometimes just wonder why, our people are not leveraging opportunities. These are events that, I personally have gone for events where I had to pay £400 to attend. I've gone for events where I had to exhibit at £1,000, and I went for it because guess what? You can't just sit and expect opportunities to come and knock on your door. Sometimes you have to lift yourself up and go for these opportunities. Right, so we've got Benedicta, who is a tax expert, who is going to be teaching us the tax efficient way, to position ourselves as professionals and our businesses. We've got career coaches, and we've got AI consultant and leadership coach. We've got a senior vice president from the Bank of America, who is going to be teaching us how not to only position ourselves for mid-level roles, but to become vice president someday in this, in these top companies. This person was also an immigrant, just like yourself, who moved at some point to the UK and has been able to not only work in this company. The person has worked from Barclays to Bank of America to big corporations, and is currently a senior vice president. Is going to be there because a lot of people know how to get mid-level roles, right? Which is what we do, right? But a lot of people do not know how to move from that mid-level role to becoming partners, to becoming vice presidents, to becoming presidents, to becoming, just senior level roles. We've got global talents beneficiaries, who got as a product designer or like a tech professional, who I'm sure some of us are looking forward to probably exploring that route. We've also got someone who got global talents from the fashion space as an entrepreneur. He's come to speak to us before. He's also going to come to share how he even built his business, fashion designing business, not only just as a normal regular tailor, but he built it from the day one to actually, be able to be a global brand that not only qualified for global talents, but is currently, a source of livelihood even here in the UK. We've got an MBE, somebody Grace Morofoli, who has been, awarded an MBE by the UK Royal, the House of all this House of what do you call them? The king and the queen royal family, So we've got Bola So, who is a founder, and a financial advisor and author. She's a finance expert, personal finance and, money mindset and all of that. We've got, this is not even a complete list. We've got property investors coming to teach us how to not only get on the property ladder to own a house, but how to make money. Someone who has over £3 million in property portfolio, how to do buy to let, how to do BRRR, how to do all those things. Because guess what? We cannot just settle for salary. Even, yes, we'll help you get jobs at RQY, but you need to also know how to build sustainable and generational wealth. With the way the world is going this week, you can't just settle down on, not even UK generally, on salary only. Everybody's looking for how they can monetize their skills, right? So we've got speakers that we've strategically chosen that will be adding value to you, across the different expertise they are bringing on board. Please let us go get our tickets and make sure we do not miss this, right? Because we don't want to have an empty hall at the end of the day, because we are doing this for our community. The community then needs to show up, right? To take advantage of the opportunities that we are going to bring on board. So, to the business of the day. So, Damilare says, wow, not bad though. Is the link available? Who is admin here? Toby, or who is on this call?
I am. The link.
I am.
Can you read the chat and respond to people's questions? Right. So, how much is the ticket? It's just £15 for the regular. It's just £15 for regular, and I think maybe £10 more for VIP. Okay, so let's proceed. Our IT. So we are here to talk about our work experience, program in the UK. Okay, so I think I was going to talk about our IT services. We have IT RKY Digital Solutions, which is one of our group companies. We have solutions like website development, IT, mobile app development, change management. So we get projects, data analysis, and code that our students now get to work on the project phase to gain practical work experience, which is why we are very different. And, our students actually do gain that experience. So how do you get to be a part of our work experience program at RKY Careers? There are two ways. It's either you join our bootcamp, where you gain the work experience as part of the PECs, or you actually join the Tech Accelerator program, where you just join the work experience phase only. If you already have a certification in the field, or you already have previous experience or training somewhere. So how did we get to start what we do? We are accredited. We've been accredited for over 3 years now by CPD in the UK, giving us the opportunity to issue CPD, continuous professional development certification, here in the UK to people. And continuous development certification is very much in demand. Even companies sponsor. We've had people that their companies were the one that paid for 2 courses for them at a time, because everybody has a continuous development budget and requirements that they need to tick per year. We're also listed on the UK government website, so we are a registered provider recognized by the UK. And we are also accredited by the American Council of Training and Development, giving us, that cross-border accreditation to also give certifications to people outside of the UK. Right. So the next Tech Accelerator program starts on the 28th of June. What's it all about? Like I said, is the program you join where you just get to be part of the project phase. So even if you've been in a project or in a boot camp before, you've done one project, you want to do a second project, as an alumni, you get 50% off, to be part of the Tech Accelerator, to do something else, another project entirely. So what's the Tech Accelerator or our project phase usually like? It starts with, the onboarding session, after which, we have the pre-project, which is the study and prep work. Week 1, project onboarding. Week 2, design ideation, wireframing. Week 3, sprints, and all of that. So this is just a little bit of summary. Sometimes, it changes depending on how fast each of the project teams are. And this slide is wrong. Sarah, take note of that. So, collaborative learning and leveraging tech. So, at RKY Careers, in our project phase, our students actually get to start practicing using industry tools. So, here we have our program management tool called Bootcamp, where all the projects our students have worked on are actually managed here. And, are managed here, and you can see we've had project Ignite completed, developing an easy to navigate, user-friendly and responsive platform, project seamless, website development, products. So we have all the different projects our students have worked on. Right. So here are also some more projects our students have worked on. Like we have the Apply Body, which we might all know already. It was built by our students. We've got Biz Packaging, which is an e-commerce website. This customer has gone ahead to use our website, and she's made a lot of sales and revenue from it. This was built by our students as well. We've got ASF Packaging Solution. This is also an e-commerce project built by our students. So that lets you understand that the projects that we say, or the work experience, that we talk about, is real. And also people come and they're like, oh, hope it's not just demo projects, because maybe they've been trained somewhere and they didn't let them actually have that experience building a real project or a product. But that's not what happens here. So here are some more projects. Now for today, I love all the projects we're presenting today, to be honest. We've got the RKY Careers Talent Pool. I haven't even seen this. I've not seen the end result of this project. So I'm actually looking forward myself to see it. Right, so we've got the Omugo UK. For those of you who are Nigerians, I'm sure you know what Omugo is, right? In our project as well, we don't just build products. They actually work on providing real solutions to real problems. I'm sure for those moms here, we can relate to the fact that there's a gap, right? When moms, some people don't have moms again that can come, and some have moms that are not physically here. How about if you have a solution, that can actually fix that gap of, providing support for moms after they've just had a baby. Then we've also got an AI integration for Apply Body, which is our existing products that we are currently optimizing to make it, easier. So, like I said, today is not about me. Our students, are going to be showcasing the products they built during the work experience. I'm sure you all are here as well. And I hope we have 1 or 2 external people as well, on the call. So I'm going to call on the first speaker for today, Rachel Okeke, who is going to be presenting for Project Champion, who built the Omugo UK product. So, Rachel, if you're here, feel free to come on board, share your screen, and, we're happy to hear about your products.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Rachel. Please permit me to share my screen.
Please proceed.
Okay. Just going to quickly share my screen. Please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. I'm just going to quickly get this started. Okay, once again, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rachel, project manager for the Omugwo UK project, and also representing Project Champion. Like what we've said already, Omugwo is an African tradition where new mothers receive postpartum care from moms or elders in the family. But in diaspora families, especially those in the UK, accessing this support is often impossible. As you may know, it's not usually easy to get visa approval for friends or families who are willing to offer this care. And our stakeholder project solves this by connecting new moms with culturally trained caregivers through its website. And over 3 months, Project Champion has worked with our client to design a service that uh, blends tradition with modern accessibility, ensuring that no mother has to navigate postpartum care alone. Today, we will share our process, our challenges, the solutions that we are proud to launch. Let's dive into it. As with every project, this slide highlights the key team members involved in the success of the website launch. It's a reminder that successful projects rely on collaboration across roles, so from developers to business analysts to the project support team, and of course, we can't forget our end users. We received our project mandate, which defines the goals and scope of the project. It more or less answers the why behind the project while outlining the problem which we aim to solve and the high level objective which was set out by our stakeholder, which needs to be achieved. In our case, the project objective was to develop a website which was user friendly, intuitive, easy to navigate, responsive, compatible across all major web browsers and devices. And of course, we had to build a working MVP within the given time frame, which in our case was 8 weeks. And we had a budget of £5,000 in order to build the website. Now, every project follows a structured life cycle. Ours was divided into 4 phases: the initiate phase, define phase, execute, and closure. Now, this structure ensured that we moved systematically from planning up till delivery. The initiate phase, as you can see here, is about laying the foundation. Key tasks here included defining our project scope, securing approvals, assembling the project team, and of course, our deliverables included things like our meeting with our stakeholders in order to get the stakeholders elicitation requirements. We also have our assist and to be process map. I will discuss more of that as we go on in this presentation, and so on and so forth. In our define phase here, we translated vision into actionable plans. Activities included creating the epic list, our feature map, our use case diagram. We had our business requirements, user stories, acceptance criteria, all defined in this phase. Now, the execute phase is where the work happens. That's where I would say the magic happens, where the team develops the solution, they test iteratively and adjust based on feedbacks. And the deliverable in the execute phase includes the wireframe creation, which helps the developer know what we want the website to look like and stand out like. We had our daily stand-up meetings. We also have the test case development. We have the product backlog and a lot of other interesting deliverables within the execute phase. And then finally, we have the closure and the handover phase. In the closure phase, we ensure that all the deliverables met the standards which were set out by a stakeholder. So we're not just given the website, we have to make sure that the website that was being launched met our stakeholders' needs and the standard that was set out from the beginning of the project. Here, we also documented the lessons we had learned. We transitioned outputs to our stakeholders, so the stakeholders were able to see what the final result looked like. Our key task also included the final reports, included some training for those who needed to use it, and of course, very important, celebrating the success of our project. Here we have the project process snapshot, which more or less gives you an overview of a few deliverables or milestones and activities up until the product testing. These are just a few activities and actions that needs to be taken while the project progresses, from developing a project management plan to gathering the requirements from your stakeholders to your gap analysis, your project charter, you creating a wireframe and your user story. All of this very important deliverables, tasks, milestones are very essential for any project to be completed, without which we can't even get started, to be honest. Next, we have our statement problem. So our statement problem describes the pain points African mothers in the UK face, which includes a painful cultural disconnect in postpartum care. Today, many African mothers in the UK struggle with lack of traditional support, as the UK services rarely align with African practices like the Omugwo. And you also see that these mothers begin to suffer from anxiety and isolation without the cultural competent caregivers. Mothers lose the emotional and physical support, which is very pertinent, especially in the first few weeks of, not just the mother's life, but especially that of the baby. And then we also have a systemic gap in the UK where there are really few options that exist for those who are seeking alternative or specific care. So the Omoko is not just bringing into practice African care only, but we're also, making sure that any barriers to care are also managed within our services through the website. Now, our proposed solution is a culturally tailored digital platform which connects African mothers in the UK with trained Omugwo caregivers. The key features of this website include a simple booking interface which allows the mothers to find and book caregivers. We also have a smart matching algorithm. It's a service matching algorithm designed to automatically match mothers with caregivers based on their personalized preference like location, caregivers experience, availability, age, and any other relevant factor which is required by the mother. We also have, of course, we have to make sure that we are GDPR compliant, ensuring that we have a robust security framework that protects our users' data. It also ensures privacy and maintains compliance with the UK data protection regulations. Next, we have our project deliverable. I will here be highlighting just some few key deliverables which we worked on. This does not cover everything because there's quite a lot we had to do within a space of 8 weeks, of course, to bring about the launch of the website. Here we have our user story. Now, the user stories keep us user focused while ensuring that the website demonstrates functionality from the end user's perspective. It more or less expresses what features and functions the mothers or the caregivers would need to see or access on the website and why that is needed and what the acceptance criteria is for those functionalities. Next, we have the epics. Our epics allow us to group these features into broader themes, helping us to prioritize our development framework for the website. Next, we have the feature map. Here you have a visual representation of all the features that are planned for the website. So here you could see that on the website, we would have the articles page, the contact us page. There would also be the social media handle, so the Instagram icon, the LinkedIn icon. We also have a testimonial page, just a few of other things that would be happening on the website. It's organized in such a way that shows us the relationship to the user goals and also our stakeholders' objectives. Here we have our assist process map. This is a diagram documenting how a current business process works. So in our case, this diagram depicts how currently the company functions. That was before we came about the website, how the company business process works, showing its activities, its decisions, and its flows from the start to the end. So when the customer says hello the first time to the end point where service is delivered, this shows what it was as at then. And more or less before we brought about the website, it was manual with the company. And Here we have the to be process map, which shows the change that our project implemented in the business process. So the to be process map is a visual representation of the redesigned feature or future state of the business project, the business process after the proposed improvement are implemented, which in our case is the website. It tells you how now that we now have a website in place, what would be the start to finish process of securing any services from the Omugwo UK company. Next, we have our use case diagram, which is a visual representation showing how our users will interact with the system and what functions the system itself will perform. Next, we have our RACI metrics. The RACI metrics is a very important document that classifies, the responsibilities of members in the team. So in every project, there would be somebody who's responsible for something, someone who is accountable for that deliverable task or milestone, someone who needs to be consulted, and someone who must be informed. And in our case, we had to make sure that this enables us to create a very clear process or very clear structure as to who answers for what amongst the team. Next, we have our reports. We during the project phase, we had to do this weekly, and believe me, it was something important that allowed us to not just keep ourselves accountable, but we were able to track our progress. We were able to view the status updates of different milestones or deliverables in depending on the phase that we were working on. And this also made ensure that we were able to show to our facilitators and our support officers that we were following up and meeting with a deadline or the timeline provided by our stakeholders. Next, we have the project plan. So with RKY, you have the opportunity to not just hear about project plan, but you have the opportunity to access ClickUp, which allows you to create the project plan on the platform. Our project plan was a roadmap that aligned our deliverables with our deadline. So it outlined our phases. So the initiate, the define, execute, and closure phase, which were 8 weeks in total, and also the milestones. So the key dates for the milestones and their completion, and also assigned ownership for who needed to handle what aspect of the deliverables or task in each phase. Next, we also had the product backlog, which allowed us to prioritize the list of all the desired features, enhancements, and fixes for the website. It also served as a single source of work for the development team, meaning that the development team is able to access all the important features depending on the sprint, what we need them to do, and time and within that process. And with every project, there would always be challenges, risks, issues, and very importantly, lessons learned. Now, I'll just highlight a few key challenges. While delivering this project, we faced a few key challenges, one of which was availability of team members. Now, this is not to discourage anyone listening, but more or less you begin to understand that when you're working with people with different timeline and who have their own schedule, team members will face the challenges of completing tasks due to unavailability of everyone. This also means that we had to learn to manage our time as a team and also put into consideration other people's time. Next, you also have the hands-on learning curve. Now, because it was a very practical training environment, that meant that we had to manage our learning while also balancing the skill acquisition, which was very necessary for the project to be eventually delivered. Next, very important, document management. I think documentation was one of the important things I learned from the Bootcamp, which is managing and collating project documents and reports became increasingly time consuming And if you join the bootcamp, you would see that, because there are so many documents you need to keep up with, and it's very important for you to know how to do that. It's a skill of its own, to be fair. Next, we also had team coordination, so managing to book scheduling meetings and ensuring that all team members are available and also aligned with the plan for that particular meeting. Next, we had a few risks while carrying out the project. So we made sure we proactively managed our key risk in order to keep the project on track. The first, which was resource availability. Now, again, there were unavailability of certain team members, particularly during the peak periods of the project execution, and before which also meant that we risked a delayed timeline response to our stakeholders' needs. And in order to mitigate this risk, or we came up with a few strategies. One was to cross-train some team members to handle multiple roles. I think one of the first things we heard when we not just started the bootcamp, but especially in the practical bootcamp phase, was, you're not just a project manager, you're a project manager and you're a business analyst. Don't think you're just one. You have to be very good at the two of them. And we had to learn to juggle the two roles. So you're not just coming out learning how to be a project manager, but you're coming with the additional skill of what it is to be a business analyst. And some people end up going, the other way. People who came in as project managers decided to become business analysts. It was just interesting to see. And we also shared our schedules early and also planned for, absences in advance to manage resource availability. The next risk which we faced was potential delays from our developer. Now, there was risk of delay due to challenges faced by the developer in adhering to our sprint timelines and also incorporating the feedback which could have impacted our deliverable. And to manage and mitigate this risk, we made sure we set out a clear expectation and sprint goals. We also conducted regular sprint reviews and daily stand-ups. So every single day we were meeting with our developer and having the back and forth as to what we needed to see, what needed to have been done, and making sure that whatever feedback we were given, we were following up on the developer to incorporate those feedbacks into the website. Next, we have the issues that we came across while also completing the project. So we had issue with adherence to deadlines. So while the overall timeline was well maintained, we did have some issues around the area of, the developer adhering to the sprint deadline and the project milestone. So we really had to manage this issue, as this could have led to a delay in completing our project. The next issue we faced was dependency on key team members. Like I said, over-reliance on specific individuals leading to bottlenecks when they were unavailable. That meant that we had to rely on a lot of key team members. That also led to project fatigue, because you're having to rely on a few persons to keep doing all the work. So there was a risk of burnout due to the intensive pace of development and overlapping responsibilities. Now to my favorite part of the bootcamp, lessons learned. A lot of lessons were learned during the bootcamp process. I think one of the important things was effective key collaboration is key. You cannot do it alone. Consistent communication and active participation from all key team members is essential. You need your hands-on experience, which enhances learning. So because we were actually doing the dirty work to build the website ourselves from scratch, the documentation, the work, everything that brought about the eventual website was done from scratch. It enabled us to gain real valuable, real world experience in not just project execution, but also in critical BA and PM skills. We also had proactive risk management to prevent delays. Like I said, there were a few risks, and we also had to learn to manage our risks to ensure that we did not have any delays. And then documentation is a lifeline. I love this because comprehensive and organized documentation served as a reference point for team members' alignment and enabled effective knowledge sharing across the team. And of course, the last but not the least, value feedback incorporation. An amazing thing about the bootcamp is that you don't just do it alone. You have support officers, you have facilitators who give you feedback, and ensuring that you incorporate this constructive feedback really help refine our output and also improve the overall quality of our deliverables. And now I will just give us an overview of our website. So let's see the result. So this is the Omugwo UK website. This is our homepage. Um, So what we have here is the homepage, which tells you a little bit about our website, what the Omugwo UK tradition and care looks like. It tells you about Omugwo. It also tells you how the company works. There's an option for you to sign up. Currently, I'm logged in on the website, but there's an option for you to sign up or to log in. There's also two options. So you could either be a caregiver or you can be a mom who is looking to access the services of the caregiver. There's also the option for you to book and connect or to find a nanny. We have a list of our top nannies on the website and even the testimonials from mothers who have used our services. We have our FAQ page with all the answers to frequently asked questions. And here you can see our services. Just again, a brief download of what we do. Here you can see we have our nannies page, which gives you a list of nannies. So here you can filter or search for a nanny based on your requirements, say experience, age, availability, even location. So you can easily search for nannies within your location as a mom. And then they have the page, of course, for where nannies can become or nannies can join the Omugwo UK service. So they have to go through our eligibility checker before they are able to join the company. There's the contact us page, the about us page, where you can again get to learn more about our missions, our visions, and of course our values and what we stand for as a company. When you log onto the Omugwo UK website and create your account, you have a dashboard. This is an example of a mother's dashboard where you can see your upcoming bookings, you can see your completed bookings. It tells you what services you have. You have your calendar here to keep you up to date as to what events or what services you've booked for within the company. This just gives you an overall feeling as to what you would get when you go on the Omugwo UK website. So personally for me, I would say my experience with the bootcamp has been overall an interesting one. So from being someone who wasn't sure about becoming a project manager to coming up, to going through the bootcamp, and now I'm ready to carry out these responsibilities. I'm able to, you know, actively become a project manager, not just in the knowledge, but in the action thereof. And I think for me, the best part of the boot camp is not just getting the PM and the BA skills, but also the soft skills from learning how to present properly, learning how to put together presentations, also learning how to manage people, working with a team, communicating with your team, bringing about changes and improvement. And I think it's generally for me an amazing, lovely experience. Thank you so much for listening, and that's me all done. Thank you.
Wow, 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 wow. A big well done to you, Rachel, and to the rest of the Project Champion team. At some point during your presentation, I had to go to the comments to ask, where are Project Champion team? Because if you were representing my own team and I was seeing the flow of your delivery, I'll just be ailing you, but I couldn't see all the ailing. Is it that they are not here? Project Champion. Very good presentation. My feedback, I love the fact that you understood the problem, because which is the most important thing for a business analyst. What was your role within the project as well?
Actually, I was PMBA, so we didn't have like a specific role. We had to function in both. So I actually joined as a PM, but I ended up doing a lot of BA related tasks and deliverables.
Which
So
is good. Which is good, is
yeah.
your win, right? So, but I love the fact that you understood the problem. You understood the problem, you owned the problem, and as a result, you were able to come up with a very good solution. Because it's not just about being able to have to do deliverables, it's about understanding the problem and satisfying the clients. So very big well done to you on that. Your slides, very beautiful, very good color separation, you know, great communication, of course, I mean, yeah, great communication. You're able to like connect all the dots and right. I really loved your presentation. I love your product. I love your delivery. I love everything. And it's good that you're the one who that started because I want to see who is going to beat this performance now in the next one. By the way, Rachel, I'm expecting you to join the volunteer team. Bring that energy to support others on next projects so you can continue to enhance your
I'm
own
actually a
experience.
support
She's
BA.
in.
Oh, no, I could see. That fire was different.
I'm
Right,
actually a support BA.
so I mean, for those of you that are not that didn't come back to do support, you can see you can see. I'm sure there's no difference because I know you guys are also very hot here, but staying back to also support others helps to make your own skill sets more grounded. Fortunately and unfortunately, we have limited slots for those opportunities as well. But anytime we say we need people, we try to, and again, it's not even limited to that. We have Limitless Without Borders. I hope you have bought your tickets too for Limitless Without Borders. There are speaking opportunities on at Limitless Without Borders. We have speaking opportunities. When I say speaking, not like presentation of awards and all of that. So, Rachel, if you have not bought your Limitless Without Borders, go and buy it and report to let me know so that I can give you your slot of what you're presenting. Anyways, great one. Good job, Rachel. This is a well-detailed presentation. Thank you. This is amazing. Thank you, Rachel. Amazing. Great presentation, Rachel. Really splendid. Can people in Nigeria apply for the Omugo UK jobs in the UK? Calm down now. Calm down. Okay, so it has not been launched yet. Right. It's just that the product has been built. Right. So whether or not people in UK or Nigeria can apply to it, that one is for when the business itself, launches. But guys, well done on this product. I'm actually very impressed. Like I said, I've not even checked the end results because. Okay, so the next presenter, and again, I love your epics. The way you explained it. Your features and everything. Ibrahim and Miriam are okay. I want to see what you guys have got for me. Ibrahim A. Babatunde for RKY Careers Talents Pool. Guys, so do you now see the products they are building, that they're actually real products here? They're even very innovative. Imagine you being at an interview and they're asking you what products you've worked on and you mentioned this. Very innovative, and you're able to even run them through. Right, so cool. Ibrahim, if you're there. Oh, okay, I stopped sharing here. So we've got RKY Careers Talents Pool as the next presenter. Ibrahim A. Babatunde, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Beautiful. You have the stage.
Good afternoon, everybody. Permit me to share my screen quickly. Can we all see my screen? Hello, everybody. Can we see my screen, please?
Not yet. Yes. I can see your beautiful slide. Is this purple or blue?
It's heading. It's in the middle.
Just like the logo, yeah.
Yes, it took inspiration from the logo.
Love that. Please, you guys, impress me. Go ahead.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here. I am here to walk you through our product demo today as Team Prime. Over the next few minutes, I'll showcase the problem we set out to solve, our product vision, the key features we've built, and what makes our solution stand out. I'll also briefly touch on our roadmap and the value we hope to deliver to users and stakeholders. Let's introduce the minds behind this project. Each member brought a unique perspective to the table, wearing multiple hats across Scrum, design, research, and product delivery. Our journey began with a discovery session where we identified a major challenge. Skilled professionals often lack visibility, while recruiters also struggle to find job-ready talent. Traditional recruitment is inefficient, and both sides experience frustration. Job seekers face repetitive applications with little feedback, and recruiters are flooded with irrelevant resumes. This gap presented a powerful opportunity to build a better solution. To develop our solution, we adopted a structured yet flexible approach. We conducted structured user interviews with both professional and recruiters, analyzed responses using Otter AI and Google Sheets, and we benchmarked our ideas through a competitor SWOT analysis. The combination of these qualitative insights and market research informed our feature prioritization and product positioning. Our user interviews revealed two core pain points. For the professionals, it was limited visibility and job search fatigue. And for the recruiters, it was time-consuming screening and too many unqualified applications. Our solution directly addresses these pain points through features like verified skilled uploads, one-time profile setups, and automated engagement tools such as real-time messaging and interview scheduling. Our strategy canvas focused on vision, which was helping professionals wake up excited about career growth. Value proposition, which was verified skills, real-time recruiter engagement, and simplified profiles. The markets which we targeted were skilled professionals and hiring teams. We developed user personas. For example, Adebayo, a 28-year-old software developer from Lagos, who was looking to transition into global tech roles. His empathy map revealed hopes, fears, and desired platform experiences, which guided our user experience and feature sets. Adebayo's user journey map takes him from platform awareness to successful job placement. At each stage, be it signing up, creating a profile, engaging recruiters, and getting hired, we identified key feelings, touch points, and opportunities for support. For example, during onboarding, he needs reassurance and guided tools, while in later stages, recruiter engagement and milestones celebrations become critical. We mapped out epics like discoverability, engagement, and user safety, with user stories such as a candidate, I want to upload a video intro to showcase my personality. Or, as a recruiter, I want to filter verified candidates. Our product roadmap categorized features as now, next, or later. For example, we completed job seeker testimonials and onboarding wizards in the MVP, while enhancements like recruiter analytics are planned for future iterations. Our build phase involved cross-functional collaboration using agile ceremonies. We started with products and sprint backlogs created for wireframes, moved to hi-fi designs, and iterated based on testing feedback. Despite the limited time, we ensured that development was user-centric and aligned with our MVP goals. We translated our ideas into wireframes, starting with rough sketches and evolving into high-fidelity prototypes. These wireframes helped us visualize user flows like profile creation, video uploads, and recruiter messaging. The designs were tested for clarity and accessibility before development. Our product backlog included prioritized features based on user value. Each sprint clearly defined goals and was measured using sprint backlogs and burn-down charts. Early sprints had lower velocity due to team onboarding, but velocity improved as we became more comfortable with agile processes. We designed a comprehensive launch plan with 3 phases. Pre-launch, where we had the final UI testing, SEO optimization, and social media scheduling. Launch, which involved the website release, user onboarding, and a live AMA session. And then post-launch, which was for community building, real-time support, and performance monitoring. This phased approach ensures readiness across technical and marketing fronts. To measure success, we defined launch metrics like website page views, onboarding completion rates, retention and NPS, feature adoption rates. These metrics will help us continuously evaluate and improve the platform. Our project evaluation revealed both successes and areas for growth. While we met our MVP goals, early sprints were slow due to the team's limited real-world experience. Burnout affected morale in later stages, and the sole developer also faced technical limitations, but nonetheless, our agile mindset and collaboration helped us adapt and deliver. We faced several challenges. As mentioned earlier, lack of real-world experience, it affected our early momentum. Communication gaps, this led to misalignment between the developer and the designers. Time constraints, compressed timelines impacted depth of testing, and then stakeholder engagement. I had missed opportunities for feedback early on, but despite these issues, we remained focused on our solutions. Now, our biggest takeaway is the importance of clear rules and agile discipline. Embracing Scrum ceremonies created rhythm and focus. Early stakeholder alignment will prevent rework. Defined roles, improving accountability and reduce friction. And technical backup is crucial for smooth delivery. Now, as a session recap, the bootcamp itself was delivered in 2 distinct phases, based on 2 specialized programs and spanned a focus period of 8 weeks. Although intensive, each session was designed to be highly interactive. The facilitators encouraged active participation, creating a dynamic learning environment where participants were fully engaged in the process. Access to comprehensive learning resources via the learning management system significantly enhanced knowledge retention, allowing participants to revisit and reinforce key concepts at their own pace. Importantly, support didn't end at the end of the sessions. Ongoing post-session assistance had ensured that learning continues well beyond the bootcamp, helping us participants apply knowledge in real-world scenarios. This is all due to RKY's commitment. I will now demo the product by taking us through the journey as one of the users, which is the skilled professional. So this is the general home page as we come in. I will log in as, like I said, a professional. And this will take me to my professional dashboard. And on my professional dashboard, I have the opportunity to, first of all, put my basic information in and write a brief about section of myself, put in my LinkedIn profile, and then I get to also have a video introduction where I can record a short explanation of who I am, just to showcase myself. This idea is to give the recruiters more confidence of who they are dealing with. Then we move to the professional experience, where I give myself my professional title. I can add as many professional skills as I want, and then write a brief professional summary about myself. Then I can move on to my work experience, which allows me to add as many jobs as possible, also showcasing my best work. Then a section for my education and qualifications, as well as a section that allows me to upload not just my CV, but also my portfolio for, say, for example, I am a product designer. I have different projects that I have worked on. I can upload my portfolio, so it becomes a one-stop shop for any recruiter who comes in. He is able to view everything that I have at once. And I have this section where I can preview all the profile that I have, all the information that I have put down, and easily submit. Once that's there, everything that I have, everyone would have access to seeing my profile, which is live on the platform. Find talent, people can search for me directly or search for everyone who is within the platform who has registered. And then you can filter them by their names or rating or their location, which would help to minimize your time for your search. Also, we have a pricing plan where you can join for free. You can also have a lot more when you go for the pro or when you go for the premium. There's an About Us section which basically speaks to who RKY Careers Talent Pool are and what they've done, their mission, founder story, brief history. And then there is also a section for a blog, which would basically be handled by the back end, which would put information and blog stories about current events or current things that are happening within the industry. This is a brief demo. I would like to thank you for listening. And this is Project Prime.
Thank you so much. Are you done?
Yes, I am.
Beautiful. I thought Miriam was going to come on. Because I've got to have his name there. But anyways,
no, not on this one. We worked on everything together, but I was to do the delivery.
Beautiful. Great delivery, by the way. A big well done. Where are Project's Prime team members? Where are you guys? Are you alone? Ibrahim, are you alone?
I think Mariam is on the call. Yes, she is.
Right. Well done, Ibrahim. That was a great presentation. I wrote down there was clarity. I love your slides. Very lovely. There was clarity in your processes as well, with you showing us your personas, your whatever, your personas and your user interviews and all of that. That was really great. I loved your color separation as well, and the fact that you connected your colors usage to the brand colors as well. That's always a very good choice of decision to make in terms of, you have a presentation with a company, you've seen their logo, make your slides, resemble their logo or whatever, even if you don't have their internal templates, but at least, let it be similar to their logo colors. What else? Yeah, so for those of you who might be wondering the process, when you're doing a project, this is a Scrum and products, way of delivering a project. You can see the process and this what's the word now? The process and the framework used is different. What the project managers will start with when they want to deliver a project is different from what is the product managers will start with. They're using the product-led way of delivery. Thank you, Lamide. Thank you, Tawhid. So great one. I'm so impressed as well. I love the product. I've not seen the product either, So that's very, very good. Big well done to you, Ibrahim. Does anyone have questions for Ibrahim? Any question? Okay. In the absence of any question, I'm going to call on my next presenter in person of Bello Hamid, giving us Gen Z vibes in this picture. Or is it Gen Alpha? Project Nova, projects they worked on an AI integration project for Apply Body product. So Bello Hamid, if you are here, we can't wait to have you.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Morning, Ahmed.
Okay. Sorry, this is Bill Ahmed. So I'm a candidate. So we did an iteration on
Sorry, we are struggling to hear you. Are you joining
Okay,
us
can you?
from outside the UK?
Yes.
Where are you joining us from?
I'm presently in Canada at the moment.
Right. So you're presently joining from Canada. No wonder you said good morning.
Yes, sorry. Good afternoon.
Okay, feel free to share your screen and take on
Uh,
the presentation when you're ready.
Definitely, I'm doing that now. Yeah. I don't know if everyone can see my screen now.
It's coming up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we see your teams. Hello? Is Ahmed still with us?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we can see your slide now, but you are taking us to the end. Okay, if you are speaking, Ahmed, we can't hear you.
Hello.
Hi, we are still here.
I don't. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you now, but you were like off for a while.
Okay. What of my screen? Is my screen showing?
It's showing, but we can see thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm trying to. I don't know what's wrong because I just reconnected with my phone now because I was connected on my system before, but I basically want to use my phone. I will using my system to actually present the slides, but I basically want to use my phone for the communication. So I don't know. That's why I'm asking if you guys can hear me.
We can hear you now, right?
Okay.
But your screen is still on thank you.
My screen is on. Thank you.
Yeah, the last slide on your slide.
Uh-huh. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we heard that.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry for the break in transmission, please.
We are with you now. We've got 5 minutes more.
Okay. Okay. So I'll be taking us through an iteration we added to an existing mobile app, which is Apply Body. Apply Body is an application that OKY uses to help immigrants, residents in the UK to get jobs. People who are just navigating their life, maybe newcomers, professionals who just can come into the country to get job and assist them. So it's an already existing app. So we only added an iteration to it. So this is the project demo, and the project was named Project Nova. These are my amiable and versatile team members. We have the like of Raphael, Adetunji, Miriam, Adua, and the rest of us. We have some of us we actually distinguished into Scrum Masters and product owner. So we'll be able to hone the project and actually see ourselves through like a real life practical example. Because what we worked on is an existing app and it's still working. Okay, so what's our problem statement? We're actually trying to eradicate
If I
the
want to use presentation mode so we can see your slide clearly.
okay, sorry.
Slideshow. Just click on the slideshow there.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Perfect.
Okay. So my problem statement was eradicating manual process of job application by the admin team. So before our own iteration, the admin team actually go through manual process of applying for jobs for the clients on HowKY. So what was our proposed solution? One, is adding AI powered features to the app, and also automating job retrievals like based on keywords and stuff. Then customizable search parameters, like allowing the admin to be able to customize their search parameters on what they want, and job tracking also. Job tracking is just like providing seamless integration into the apply body dashboard for efficient job tracking and management. So when they apply for job, they could track to know the next update on that job. Okay. So our user problem was we actually sorry, yeah. Our user interview, we actually conducted an interview with the admin team and also the support team, because they are the one the iteration added. They are the admin team are the users of it. So what are the pain points they talked to us about? That there was no AI job search available, and repetitive search across the multiple job boards when they try to look for jobs for clients, and they try to look for multiple sites to look for job. And clients are they say some of them said some clients have unrealistic expectations, because when a client pay for something, they want you to even bring your head down for it. So the solution we provided was introducing the AI powered job recommendation, and also implementation of multiple platform migration and auto suggestion for the AI. So AI assisted CV passing for better role suggestion also. The user personnel, the two people we are, one of the user personnel was Oinda Mala. She's 30. She works with Apply Body. She has been with Apply Body for 3 years. So those are what the needs, their goal and expectation was. Our own goal and expectation is to help clients secure roles that align with their skills, preferences, and long-term goals, minimize time spent on repetitive searches. And one of our quotes was like, it's frustrating when a client says one thing but their expectation don't match. Like a client can have, it's just like somebody who has been in the care industry, and the next thing they just want to jump into maybe NHS, or they just want to get a job as a project manager. It's like your whole experience has been in care home, and you just want to revamp and just go into project management. And clients can be frustrating at times also, and can be sweet. We also have the one for Abimbola Falabi also, where she shared her experience also, like what she has she's also a staff at Apply Body, also helping with job application for clients. So these are user journey map also. These are user journey map for Indamala. Like the stages was one, you need to understand the client's needs, the job search, the job evaluation, how to prepare application, the application submission, the client's update and support and feedbacks from the clients. So the action taken was collect job preferences. Like, when you want to apply for a job, there are always job preferences like your location, the role, and work type. And the job search also, it was like the manual search for multiple jobs across roles. Like, if you need to apply for a job now, you have to go to Indeed, you have to go to Indeed, you have to go to Jobberman, different job search, because you want to actually look for jobs for a client. And job evaluation also, you have to review the job description and assess the relevance. Maybe it's matching with what the client has. Also, the job description matters because it has to match with what the client wants. And application preparation also, because for every job you have to adjust CV application to fit in specific roles. So an application submission. So submission has to be, a client cannot tell you they want a project manager role, and you go ahead to apply for a compliance role. So the client updates and follow up also. It's notified once there's an update about the job. It notifies the client about these an update. It notifies the admin team that these are updates about the job that they've applied to. There's the same thing with Abimbola. She also shared her experience also while working with her KY. So what is our epic? And the epic, the features and our user story. Okay, one of the epics is the AI powered job search and matching. Like as an admin user, they should be able to centralize the dashboard and get job recommendation from multiple platforms, so that they don't have to search from different platform manually. personalized job recommendation, the AI will be able to recommend job based on the client's CV. So if I upload a project management CV on the site as the client's preference, the AI will give me jobs that match resume, which is the CV of the clients. With seamless job tracking and management, it makes it easier to track the job that I've applied for, and it makes it easier for me to be able to seamlessly see that okay, I've applied for this job. Is there an update? Maybe the client proceeds to an interview, or there's a reason to add up something for the client, or there's something that was requested during the job application. I'll be able to know, and I'll be able to give back feedback straight directly to clients in real time, giving feedback in real time to clients immediately. So what's our these our roadmap? We are able to now we are able to customize search parameter. These are how we worked on the project. First was customizing search parameter. We also the dashboard integration. We are able to integrate it to the dashboard and the job tracking. Next was the AI based job filtering. We are able to add up AI feature that assist us for clients. Personalized job recommendation. And lastly, we're able to do the feedback and optimization system where clients can actually give. So multiple job platform aggregation also. I don't know. Are you guys with me? I don't know if I'm not just.
We are with
Hello.
you.
Okay, so I just want to know if I'm not just. So these basically are product backlog which we used. These a product backlog, like what we went through, everything we did, like through the project phase. This is the product, the backlog, which is we're creating the certain page, create a status bar on the subscription page, creating a certain button on the dashboard also. And these are sprint burn down all through while we're working on the project. These are sprint burn down charts, but we're able to, when it's most of us, it's our first time on a real life or real time project. So at the very beginning, we were trying to navigate how we'll be able to do it easily, and we had our challenges, which I'll be talking about later on also. But basically, as most of the groups members were first time users, and also first time having a real life experience or real time experience on the project, so we were able to do well. The first few weeks wasn't that cool, but we were able to do well over the time. So it could be replicated on our strengths abundant chart also. These are our sprint backlog while we're into the project section. These are we okay. This is the prototype. This is basically like what we had before and after. This was like the this is a prototype of the before of the apply bodies dashboard. If you logged on to apply body before the added iteration, this is a prototype of it. This is what it looks like when you do that. Okay, so our project summary. Okay, the apply body platform has been enhanced with a new AI driven and user focused features designed to increase the basic thing is to increase the admin efficiency and the user experience for internal team and clients. The launch plan outlined how to roll out the complicated features, ensure team readiness, and monitor impact internally. We had our preparation stage, which is the final testing, which I think that is done. The final testing and the final testing documentation and stakeholders agreements, which we did the first testing. I'll walk us through the testing of the iteration that was added also. So I don't know if it has been launched, soft launched by the admin team also. I don't know if that has been done yet, but I know the preparation was done by us, and we've handed over everything to the admin team after the iteration. What's the launch? What's the objective of going through this project fix? It's just to ensure that the internal stakeholders are also informed, trained, and confident. Because while after we're done, we walk the admin team, the stakeholders, which are basically the admin team, we walk them through what we added and how they could make use, and it will be easy live thing for them to, because when you have a job that you could AI could actually help use, because basically every time they ask you that you're a PM, you're a BA, you're a Scrum Master, you're this, AI is coming to take over your job. And basically when you have AI cannot do, there's some human input that AI could not do. But even if AI comes to transform life tomorrow, you still need human to implement those AIs tools. So just like you adding AI to AI is evolving, the world is evolving, but when you're adding AI to what you are doing, you'll be able to sell yourself more in the future. So the product launch continuation, we did do announcement to all the staff, the summaries and everything. So I think one of our challenges were the time constraint, because the time that was given to us to execute this project was 6 weeks. Some part of the 6 weeks, some group members were not around, some were around. When you we have different time zone, people are like now we have different people from different time zones. Some people were in Nigeria. When the project started, there was a 1 hour different time from Nigeria. So along the line, the time zone changed, and it was a problem to some people to actually keep up. Even myself, it was a problem for me to keep up. Because that 1 hour difference between Nigeria and UK was what I used in joining the stand up and all. So I had to adjust because of the time constraint. The communication gap also, we're able to at some point we had a miscommunication between the engineer and the team, but over the time we're able to reach out to a conclusion. Also, the learning curve, team members actually struggle to get along during the early stage of the project. Basically, I think the learning curve might be similar to every team, but we had some people who are actually experienced on the team, who has done 1 or 2 projects also. But it's a new project and it's a new thing, so most of us were new to it. So at the early stage, we were not able to get along, but over the time, we were able to learn more on the job, be able to gain more. And thanks to basically the facilitators that was handling us, it was easy for you to always get a feedback, easy for you to always reach out to them and get responses. What are our technical challenges? There was a region of we had a bug also, which I think it was on our third week of the project that we had to actually that the engineer helped us resolve over time. Yeah, what are success metrics? So what are we measuring? The iteration we've added. What are we actually measuring it on? Which is the job match accuracy rates. If you now go back to after we've done this iteration, we want to be able to go back to apply bodies app and see that the percentage of job recommendation or the percentage of job recommendation by clients without major edit or rejection is has increased from the before. Like also the cycle time, the average time from collecting client preferences, submitting tailored job application. Like but now when client drops their preferences, AI will be able to tailor their jobs to to the specific roles that they want, or the likely roles that are liking to what they want. And this will also in turn increase client satisfaction also. And it should also give us more when I want to apply for CV for a project manager job, and AI is actually bringing the recommendation of project management jobs, and I'm able to apply that for my client. And it brings more client satisfaction, and it makes it easier when you have the skill set to give to the job you're actually going for. Okay, the lessons basically learned over time with this project is you have to over time you have to have a continuous, as a scrum master, you have to have a continuous engagement with the with your team members, and also give updates to your stakeholders to ensure alignment with their expectation. Like when you are doing something, ensure that you are giving updates to the stakeholders. So if it is not aligning with your expectation, they'll be able to give you feedback, and you go back to your drawing board and see where you missing it. Effective communication is essential in bridging communication gap and keep everyone informed. Identifying and resolving the issues on time save it from snowballing to a more complex issue. Like I said, if your stakeholders are able to identify the problem, that okay, this is what we want and this is what you are doing. If you're able to communicate, you'll be able to bridge many issues. Many issues will be resolved before it goes into a complex issue. And prioritizing the project objective at all times leads to a more efficient product delivery. For every project, there's an objective you want to achieve at the end of the project. So prioritizing it makes it easier. Okay. So let me Okay, the importance of documentation cannot be overemphasized and can be used for future reference. Okay, now if you go to our LMS, which is on LMS and also Basecamp, we were able to document every of our documentation throughout the project phase. So even if I don't know something, or even if I seems to forget something, I could easily go back to reference those documents, that okay, I did this project, I was involved about this project, what did we do at this time? So it's easy for you to always be used for future references. Like okay, many people have done many projects. So if next cohort is coming, they could say, make reference to the last cohort because it was documented. So if we don't have documents to prove that these are the things you've done over time, but these are the process that we went through when we had this problem, it was not documented. There is no way somebody else can use a future reference to it, or even you that have done that project. If you have a similar project in future, there's no way you can make a reference when you don't have documentation about it. And also, the ability to be flexible and willing to adapt to changes is also crucial. You have to be flexible and willing to adapt to changes. Over time, iteration also change. Maybe you're trying to do something this way and you need to adapt to changes also. Yeah, I think that's the end of the slide, which I would say a very big thanks to everyone who has heard, but I would like to walk us through the iteration in real time. These are just PowerPoint presentation on how we went through everything, but I think the real deal about this stuff is showing you the iteration that was added at the end of the project phase. This is sorry, I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to log on to sorry. Yeah, I don't know if everybody can still see my screen.
I can still see you.
Yeah, okay. I just logged on. This is I don't know if I can. Okay, let me. Okay, this is the dashboard. I'll have said I should start off with the sign up, but I think it's still the same thing. While signing in, this is the dashboard of this is the dashboard that was the new dashboard of the apply body. So this was added. The settings page was added. So now these are AI search parameters. Now, if you want to search for something, you could click on the industry, you could click on the salary range, what's at your preference, you could click. And if you don't want to click, you could use the search parameter, which is you could include this also, maybe the industry or something. Maybe you want to add or something, but it's easier for you to just the kind of job you want to do, the location and all, which is you clicking, you telling the AI, this is my preference of what I want, the industry, or maybe you want to go into the NHS, you want to go into civil service, you want to go into the tech industry, or the industry you want to go to, or the manufacturing industry. Okay, this is back to the dashboard also. This is our subscription table. Okay, let me take us through this now. Okay, after a client all actually fill out their preference to what they want, and the admin logs onto the apply body. This is it now. It's still the application is pending. Okay, let me use this that I've not done any application on. This OJ has done. What he applied for was 50 jobs. He wants to apply for 50 jobs. That's what he subscribed for. When you clicked on this, okay, this is it. These are the application. There's no application that is done yet at all. This is the AI recommendation. I think sorry, there's no coming. I think there was nothing added to that. There was no CV or something added to that. Okay, this is one person. This is if you click on here recommendation, look at the recommended jobs that was given to the person. For parallelogram, business development manager, customer service advisor, private service. Okay, this AI score is the rate at which they're likely to what the person is applying for. This is 55 over. This is 55% of 100. Like the what can I the likelihood to the kind of job the person wants and what the AI recommended for the person. So it is 55 over 100% advantage that this person will get this job, or this job is actually linked to the person's application or the person's skill set, and it will be easy for the person to get this job. So So this is from top to bottom. If you go this way, if you click here, this is from bottom to top also.
1 minute more.
Okay, so that's that. So after application, from here you could click on this. If you need to visit the site to apply, you could click on visit, then do the application. Then after you're done with the application, you click on applied. You click on applied, confirm it. If you go back to the applications that is done, you could see that this is added to the application that was done. So it shows that this person has actually, the administrator has applied for this job for this person. So if there's an update on this, the person will be able to, the person can actually do a comment. The client could do a comment or give a feedback on the application that was done for him or her. And the total jobs, these are the total jobs I was given, and these are the recommended job by here, 131. And these are the total jobs I was applied for by the person. But what the person clicked subscribe for was 50 jobs. Yeah. That's I think that's the end of my presentation. I'll say just a second. So, over time I've had, because my own first experience about Ikea was actually on Instagram. I think one of your posts on Instagram, that was what like me to okay, but I want to give a big shout out to the facilitators, side, the support system, the support people, Abimbola, Oindamala. It's nice working with a team where you know that you could get a feedback when you reach out to them, and they're already there to always support you while you are on the project. A big shout out to okay, I don't know how you do it, but people management is very hard. But a big shout out to people who manage us, because even my team members was at the point it was difficult managing the team members. So like right now, I'm managing multiple teams. So Alkeba has been I don't know, but for myself and my team members, it was a wonderful experience coming on and having to add up a skill set from Alkeba and being, I would say me, I'm a proud member or a proud, should call myself alumni or alumnus of Alkewa, and it's something I would, over time, I would recommend thousands, millions of people to come see what you can add up to yourself, because everywhere is going digital, and with all digital skill today, even I used to say, even with AI, you need people to implement AI. So look at when they said AI is coming to take a job. So it was somebody who added the iteration of AI to apply body. So it's AI now. But that doesn't mean even if AI give a job recommendation, AI would not do the application. There are still human touch to things that needs people to be done. But when you have the skill, you have to add up the AI skills also to what you had. Thank you.
You want to share your success story again?
Yeah. You said?
I said I thought you had success story to share as well.
Kind of.
Huh?
It's just for now not.
Okay.
It's been a great one, sincerely.
Good to know. Good to know. Thank you so much for your time, Ahmed. I know you are joining. It's very early in the morning where you are. And, I would say great presentation. Today worked on an existing platform. They added AI integration to it. Apply Body is one of our products, and the Apply Body team, they have challenges of matching people's preferences to the jobs they want. People have preferences. They say, okay, I'll apply for 50 jobs for me. The 50 jobs, though, it has to be in Manchester only. It has to do this only. It has to be only this. It has to be this and that. And again, manually trying to match those jobs that fit their preferences, was a challenge that the Apply Body team was struggling with. And this is also an example of a project where you're not working with the owner of the product, but stakeholders, internal stakeholders, like process improvement or process optimization kind of projects, where the stakeholders you talk to are the people that are currently using that product. And this is something you're likely to face, on the job, where, you're implementing a CRM system for your company, an ERP system, and all of that. When you have to talk to current users, okay, what are your main challenges? What are the things you want to see differently? What are the features you want to see? And then, you go ahead to implement this. And this is what they have done. We also have, I can see great teamwork from yourself and your team. This happens to be another Scrum and product owner, project, right? So we had two products as Scrum projects this time around, and it's AI as well. So thank you so much, Ahmed, and the rest of your team. That's Project Nova. Where are the Project Nova team? Right. I don't know how you shared your screen, but it's okay.
I think, yeah, so
He was asking me to take control. Okay, but yeah, we are back. I'm back.
I think
So thank you.
somebody's trying to ask a question. I don't know.
Do you entertain questions? Yes, we've been waiting for questions, but nobody has asked all day. So please feel free to ask your questions ask them about their experience on the bootcamp. Ask them any question, really. Okay. Ayok, Akimbobola, I thought you had questions for them. If you do, please drop it and I will read it out. But in the absence of any other question, we are moving on very quickly. Can you still see my screen? Right. So for the first time as well, we are presenting a project from our digital marketing show. We are presenting our digital marketing project. Right. So we've always done data analysis. We call it Data Insights Day. We've always done what's it called? Project and product and BA and PM. But this time we are doing digital marketing, right? And we've got Fatima Oduni, who is presenting on behalf of Project Team Alpha, and they worked on Apply Body brand awareness and customer acquisition projects. So, Fatima, if you are there, very quickly, and I really hope you are not a professor like Ahmed. Because Ahmed kept us, for quite a while. Is Fatima with us?
Yes,
Well,
I am. Good
okay.
afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. Happy to have you here.
My name is Fatima, and I'll be presenting on behalf of the Apply Body team. Can I share my screen now?
Yes, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Fatima, and I'm a proud member of the January 2025 cohort at Applied Bodies Project Alpha Bootcamp. And today I am excited to take you on a ride of my experience so far on the Apply Body project. Let me start with the big picture. So, Apply Body is a platform that helps with job application, and our mission was clear. It was to craft and execute a digital marketing strategy that would drive a 30% increase in subscribers within our project phase. And we were able to achieve this with my I was able to achieve this with my teammates from different aspects of digital marketing. Some were involved in social media, some were paid per click, email marketing, content marketing, SEO, and we started off with introduction to digital marketing, and we then moved on to digital marketing strategy and planning. We then moved to content marketing and social media marketing. We also touched on SEO, email marketing, websites development and optimization, analytics and data interpretation, and we ended with AI in digital marketing. So when we started, we first had like a theory session where we were put through the theoretical aspect of coming up with a digital marketing plan, and our facilitator was explanatory in showing us how this works using real life projects, and we had assessments for each week. So the week where we talked about marketing campaign, we were asked to go on and conduct competitor analysis In other week where we talked about SEO, we were asked to go on and conduct keyword research. So this gave us like practical knowledge before we went on to the project phase. And during the project phase, we now used apply body as our case study, and from team members from different aspects of the digital marketing were able to contribute. I was in the content marketing and SEO team, so I was able to contribute to blog articles and content creation for the project. And some team members also were involved in email marketing and PPC advertising. So we were also taught website development and optimization. We used the apply body website, and we worked on the back end. So we worked on the back end to publish our blog articles, and we had the RKY team put us through how to do this. So we also did analytics and data interpretation. So we got real life data from Google Analytics. We were able to have access to the back end, and we had like a screenshot from before we started the project and after we completed the project. So we were able to have like a key metrics that we track to see our progress. And these are the things that recruiters are looking for. These are the things that we need for our portfolio, and to be able to prove that we have like practical experience in digital marketing. Also, we had a session on AI in digital marketing, and during this session, we were taught how to use AI for digital marketing, because prior to AI, we had to do manual process for doing keyword research, for doing competitor analysis. But now, with the use of AI, we can do all of this faster. We can write blog articles faster. We just need to add a touch of human. We were also shown how to apply for jobs with the use of AI, and how to leverage AI for your personal specification and things like that. So the results that we had was, we had like a measurable increase in the digital engagement. It was like an actual practical phase for us, because the collective teams were coming up with content. We saw our designs go live from someone that had zero experience, that now has experience on creating content, and seeing the content go live and people engaging on the content. So it was like real life experience for us, and there was increase in engagement and subscribers. And we also achieved our goal of boosting subscribers by 30% over 6 weeks that we used to do our project phase. So the live project metrics, now we had increased website traffic, we had subscriber growth, we have we achieved 30% increase in subscribers. We were able to track this via CRM and email marketing platform. And we're also able to improve conversion rates by 10%. And we're also able to enhance social media engagement by 20% across all platforms. Also, we were able to do SEO, conduct SEO research. The team gave us login to Uber Suggest, where we conducted SEO keyword research. So the problem we had for Apply Body is, despite its innovation and approach to simplify job application projects, Apply Body was experiencing lower than expected subscriber. Like, this platform is really good. It helps people to apply for jobs, saves them time, help them target sponsorship job, and it just makes life easy, considering that people no longer have time to go through the process of reading an application and understanding what they want before applying, and like tailoring their CV to meet the application application. So Apply Body is just perfect to help people that are busy. especially in this part of the country that we are. But despite the effectiveness of these two, they had low subscriber and limited awareness. So our job was to increase the awareness of the brand, and we were able to conduct like a buyer persona. And this is the first step, or this is like the first thing you need to do in the step of going through a digital marketing plan. So our solution was to our persona was Maria, and she's 25 years. She's a female. She's located in Manchester, United Kingdom, and she's currently studying a master's degree, or she's done, but she's got a master's degree. And she currently works as a call center agent. She earns 22,186, and she's single. She's got one dependent child. So Maria is motivated. She's got
5 minutes more.
Pardon?
I said 5 minutes more. Well done.
Okay. I'll just keep through that then. So our goal was to successfully transition Maria from a call center agent to a data analyst. And our pain points was frustration with traditional job application system. So her digital behavior is she frequently consume content online. So, and from there, we're able to conduct a competitor analysis. We're able to identify key competitors that are currently in the field. And we also conducted SWOT analysis. And from there, we're able to develop our content social media marketing campaign using Canva, CapCut. We developed flyers, and this is the results that we had. We had an ebook, and we had Facebook banner for ads. So we ran an ad, and the team were able to approve a sum of budgets for this ad. And this is the results. This is what we had before. These are the metrics we had before, and this is what we had after. We're able to measure about 530 real view. We had up to 7,196 view on our post, and that's like a lot. So one of the challenges that we had was dealing with delayed approval, especially working with our content calendar. And sometimes we'd be waiting for feedback, and this like delayed our productivity, but we were still able to move forward. Also, at some point, some members of the team felt like they didn't get enough support from the team in terms of the tutoring, but we were given extension of 1 week for our project, where the team members came and showed us how things are supposed to be done, and everybody was satisfied at the end of the project. So one of the biggest lessons I learned is on how to go about digital strategy, pay per click campaign, and how to write compelling emails. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you so much, Fatima, for that. I mean, so it's the first time we're actually showcasing our digital marketing project phase, because why not, right? People also want to know, what happens or what the project looks like. So sometimes it's a go-to-market strategy, or they take new products to market in the digital marketing bootcamp. Sometimes they increase awareness or acquisition for existing products. I think the current cohorts, they're working on increasing awareness and sign-ups for the Limitless Without Borders events as well, which is like, as real life can be. And so thanks for that. So I'm going to just wrap it up very quickly because we've used up our time for this. So I've talked about why it's important to transition to tech or get tech skills, right? So for those who might be looking to get jobs in the NHS, either because of visa sponsorship and whatnot, there are lots of opportunities in the NHS beyond just the health and care related roles. There are so many non-clinical roles that are very high paying and high bundles, as you can see on my screen now. Also, global talent innovator officer. These are reasons to consider tech, because now there's a lot of focus moving away from the menial, roles and all of that used to offer sponsorship to people, or now focus is on more value, more skills. Those are the people that are going to be prioritized. So now more than ever is the time to bring your friends, to come to study or to transition to tech, learn tech skills, be part of those that are qualified as highly skilled professionals, because those are the people that will be prioritized for visa sponsorship, for innovator visa, for global talents visa, and even for, of course, higher salaries. Even if you don't need visas, right, to live in the UK, you want to be in a career path that has a very good salary threshold. Yeah. So at RKY Careers as well, we have, all our courses are AI inclined. You heard about Ahmed talking about working on an AI integration. Beyond that, all our courses have their AI module added to them, from data to projects to business analysis to digital marketing. We boast of over 1,700 success stories of people who have passed through our bootcamps and have now landed their desired roles. As you can see on my screen as well, we have 5-star ratings on Trustpilot and Google reviews. Feel free to visit that as well yourself to read the wonderful things people that have passed through our bootcamps and gotten their job have said about the brand. So for those of you who are still on the fence, who are not yet our alumni, I know majority of people here are our students, now is the time to come on board to acquire tech skills. We've got bootcamps in compliance, in Excel and PowerPoint, project management and business analysis, Scrum Master and product owner, digital marketing, data analysis and business intelligence, that not only train you but also give you practical work experience. Now is the time to, not only come on board but bring, people, friends, family and communities on board. So you can see the pricing on this screen as well. If you want to secure your slots, we are dropping the link in the chat box, for you to secure your slot. So it's good enough to learn this skill set, but what's most important is to have practical work experience, just like the one that's, my proud students I'm so proud of, I've just presented. There's no way these people will have interviews and not scale it. That's the truth. Right. So upcoming events, we've got the UK compliance. Okay, that one happened already. Okay, UK compliance training starts on the 31st. The Excel and PowerPoint, which is a must-have skill set across all the fields or industries, starts on the 7th of June. This is just £50 or 50,000 naira. You have no reason to miss it. So to join any of our courses, you can use Klarna, ClearPay, PayPal, or Pay Later. I'm also introducing to you the RKY Business Coaching and Accelerator program, where I personally coach people to start and scale, 6 to 7 figure business in the UK, from someone who has built not just one, but 5 successful businesses here in the UK. I can hold your hand and, help you achieve the same. Now is the time where it's even now beyond profession. You need to now start looking at high skills. How can you monetize your skill sets? How can you command, more income to actually elevate your family, to elevate yourself? So now is the time to look at, business. So I think two groups have already talked about Apply Body. It's a product that is always, work in progress, although we still have loads of orders as well coming in, but we are also looking for more ways to optimize the process. So if you need help in applying to jobs, you don't have the time to apply to jobs and all of that, you can also explore the Apply Body products. For the Limitless Without Borders, which I mentioned at the beginning, make sure you secure your spot. Is an event that was done specially, for us by us. Those are previous sessions. And if you're an alumni and you've not bought your LWB ticket, because as an alumni, right, LWB is like our own gathering, like where we now come together to see once a year. I don't think it's too much, right, for an academy that you've passed through, or that's, to actually meet people face to face and all of that, right? So you can also bring your friends and family, and earn referral income up to 10% of the course fee as well. And that's about it. I think we've taken some extra time as well. The replay for this session would be up on YouTube, and you can always catch up on it. It's been great having each and every one of you here. I don't know if we have any questions at all before we call it a day. Do we have any questions at all? Right. So, in the absence of any other question, I'm going to give you back some time to go enjoy the weather and to enjoy your weekend, your evening. And, we'll see you when we onboard in class for those of you that are not yet on board. And for those of you that are in the alumni community already, we would see you in our monthly webinars or in our other sessions where we all catch up in the community. So have a great evening, guys. Bye.